Thanks for taking the time to watch this video on how to use the Edge Recording Manager software. If you do not already have the Edge Recording Manager software installed on your computer, you can just go to our website, edgecctv.com. And you can see it right here, and then go to support, and you can download it using the link for the Edge Recording Manager Windows version. If you have a Mac or an Apple product, you can download that here, and then I would just recommend you call into our support line, 844-883-0999, and somebody can assist you with setting up the software and getting you familiar with how to use it. But this video will cover the Windows version, so if you click that, you'll download and just double click to install. It's pretty easy, so pretty self-explanatory. And then you will have an icon on your desktop that says Edge Recording Manager, and that's kind of where this video is going to pick up from. So you double click on the Edge Recording Manager and give it just a second, and it's going to scan your network for stuff. We're just going to go ahead and close that out, because depending on whether you're at the site or off the site, things will change. And if you need, here in a second, we're going to get an IP address. And if you don't have that, if the installer did not give that to you, again, just call into our support line. That number is 844-883-0999, and somebody will help you get that IP address. But the address does change whether you're on site or off site, so call us and we'll help you with that. But to add a site, so let's say we wanted to add a site that we never added before, what we'll do is we'll come over here to the list, the host list on the left, and we'll hit the little green plus button, and we're going to add a VMS DVR. And so we'll call this the office, and I'm just going to add my office here, and then we just enter our username and our password, and then we click update information, and you got to make sure you have the right password, and there you go. Assuming you have the right password, it'll say update system information successfully. Click OK and click OK, and now I've added a site to the list of sites that I can view. I'll go ahead and save this now that I've added one, just so that we make sure that that doesn't go anywhere. If you have more than one site, you just hit the plus again, and click add VMS DVR, and let's say we wanted to add Chloe's autorepair.com.dipmap.com, and again, you just update the information, and it says it's successful, so I click OK, and now and you can see I got 2 sites here, and I can keep going. So if you have multiple sites, if you have 10, 20 sites, you can add all your different sites here, and then once they're on the list on the left, then you can actually put them on the screen on the right. So what you do is you just grab here, you grab the little blue square, you drag it, and you drop it wherever you want it to go, and it'll automatically populate with as many cameras as the user account that you're using has permissions for. And then from here, though, you got a bunch of different ways of looking at the cameras. Along the top, you can do these different layouts, just depending on how many cameras you have. And you can even make custom layouts. So if you have an odd number of cameras, like for example, here in my office I have 30 cameras, I can actually go here to the favorites bar, little favorites button, and click set quad, and let's say I want it 5x6. It'll actually rearrange. It'll say that's the quad size, and then we set it to 30 channels, and it'll actually set the screen up the way that we told it to. I think that looks a little weird, so let's actually do 6x5. I think that'll look a little square. There we go. And then if this is a layout that I want to save, let's say this is where the way I always want to look at my cameras, I would also come back up here to the favorites bar, and I click add to list, Edge Office 30. Edge Office 30. And then from here, you'll see that layout is now saved. Now, if you have multiple sites, let's say you had multiple sites with multiple front doors, what you can do is you can you can actually expand the list of these cameras. You'll see all these ones that are green are the ones that are connected. And if I want to, let's say we wanted to pull a camera from Chloe's, let's just say we wanted to pull this camera, their front register camera, I could do that. And I could pull this camera and I could drop it there. And I could pull this one and drop it there if I want. And you can kind of make a mixed layout. So I'm gonna click close all video, and this will just clear whatever's on the screen. I'm gonna do this camera, this camera, this camera, and this camera, and let's do a foregrid. And so, and you can see how easy it is to just kind of set up the layout the way that you want it. And then you just add it to the list, and you just name the layout whatever you want the layout to be called, and then it's always there. So now we can quickly go from the Edge 30 to the mixed, and it's just that easy. And you can have as many different systems as you have over here on the left. And then along the top there's a couple other options, like you can click fit window, or you can do keep image ratio, which will just make the cameras be how square they are naturally. I prefer that they fit in the window and stretch a little bit. You can click full screen, and that'll actually take this image and it'll hide the host list and the stuff up here. You can close all video like we showed you. There's a button for snapshot here, and you can kind of see there's a little orange box that follows my mouse around. So if I click on this one and then click the snapshot button, it'll actually take a snapshot and just save it right to your pictures folder. You can also, if you have permissions, you can start and stop monitoring. I do not recommend pressing these buttons ever. Like, there's no reason. Don't ever do that. So if you right click on these images, they actually give you a whole menu of other functions. So let's say, for example, I'm looking at this one and I right click here and I want to see, let's look at the remote playback first. The snapshot just does what it says it does. Like, it takes a still image and you can just save it wherever you want, and then you can email it or whatever. So if you see something happening in live time, you can just click the button, save it, and then turn around and email it. But most of the time when things happen, you're going to go back after they've already happened, and you're going to want to get the perfect image. And the way you do that is through remote playback. So I'm going to right click here on the image, and I'm going to go to remote playback, and that's going to open up this window right here. And this is all the video that's been recorded for this camera. And you can see up here at the top a list of all the dates that it's got recorded. So it goes back to December 4th last year, and then we got January this year, and then down below that we have the times, and on the left the time is in military time. So 14 would be 2 o'clock, so it's 2:41, 2:46, 2:51, and then on the right it tells you how long the event is. So some of these events, most of these events are 5 minutes, but maybe closer in the morning there wasn't quite so much activity. But let's say, really though, when you're looking for stuff, like when you're looking for things that happen, typically you're going to be able to do a simple compare the differences. So if I look at the live image right now, there's a pretty big difference between what's happening right now and what was happening at 7:45 in the morning. So let's say, for example, I wanted to find out what time this red car got there, right? So what I would do is, just in my remote playback, I would just kind of jump around and see when the red car got there. So it's not there at it's there at 9:45, it's there at 9:25, it's not there at 9 o'clock. So let's check 9, 9:05, 9:10, 9:10. So it's there at 9:10, but it's not there at 9:09. So if I watch this video clip, I'm going to see that red car pull up, and I could let it play. Like, as soon as you click on it, the event starts playing. Or if I want to be a little more proactive, I can actually grab this little slider bar and just kind of speed it along. Oh, there it is. And then there it goes. So I just press the pause button. Those double lines are pause. So you can pause the video, you can play the video. But let's pause it for just a second. And here, let me make the window a little bit bigger so it's easier to see for you. And then from here, I can zoom in on the image. It is a digital zoom, so it just kind of makes things bigger. If you go too far, things will start to get a little blocky, but it does help a little bit. And I can do that just by rolling the mouse wheel in. So if I roll the mouse wheel in, it zooms it in, and then I can bring it up here. There's also this overview box down in the bottom right, and you can see this green box inside of the overview box, and this green box is just what's in the image that we're looking at in the big part of the screen. And you can resize the zoomed in box here, or you can use the mouse wheel. So there's the car, shows up at 9, 10, and 24 seconds. If I'm really trying to get the exact picture, like while the image is paused, I can use the next frame forward, and it's really hard to see, but you can kind of see the car is just moving just a little bit every time I click one of these buttons, and it's just moving at one frame. But that's if you're looking for something that's really small, or like if you're trying to find out exactly what happened, these next frame forward and backwards tools are really, really awesome. And then, so say this was the perfect image, this is exactly what I was looking for, I would want to save this. And so there's a couple of different ways we can save it. While we're in the playback, we can also right click on the image, and we're going to go to tools. Tools is going to let us create a snapshot just like before. It'll ask us where we want to save it to, or you can go to tools and you can go save as AVI. And AVIs, they work on every Windows PC, most Macs, no problem. And it's going to have a start time and an end time here, and so you can just kind of narrow it down to exactly what you want it to be. So we know this car got here at 9, 10, and 21 seconds. So we can just kind of adjust this. There we go. So 9, 10, and 13 seconds, and then 21 seconds. There, it's right where I want it to be. And then we click on the second tab, which is settings, and it's asked where do you want to save it to, and how do you want to save it. So down here, you just need to change the codec from GOH 264 to WMV9. And then you can go ahead and save it, click OK, and it'll save it to your desktop. I know this is a lot of steps, and that's why we offer the support that we offer. So we will be happy to assist you with this. If you get stuck, if you just want some help finding video, you're welcome to call in. Again, that number is 844-883-0999. And somebody will log in with you and help you look for the video and help you back it up. If it's a lot of video, we'll help you do that, and we know all the different ways to get it done. So we really just kind of try to make it easy for you. You can, of course, do this yourself, but the support option is there for you too. So we're going to pretend we clicked OK, and it's saving the video. And then here under tools, you can also download it. If you download it though, it'll only work on other computers that have this software installed. That's why we do the save as AVI. Also here under the menu, there's some render options. Really the PIP, I think it's easier to get to with a mouse wheel, but if you're working on a laptop, sometimes you actually have to come here and you go to render, megapixel, and you can turn the PIP on or off that way too. And then play mode, most of the time you're going to want to keep it in real time, especially if you're dealing with audio. And then play speed, like by default it's 1x. You can play it at 8x, and it does an okay job. And you can see how much faster that slider bar is going. I prefer though, if I want to watch things fast, I prefer just leaving it at 1x and just physically moving the slider bar where I want it. and then pause on the video when it gets to where I need it to be. And that is really it for the playback. You do a simple compare the differences, and then you can save the video using either the snapshot, the save as AVI, or you can call our support line, and they will assist you. Back on the to exit the playback, you'll see that this window is kind of floating on top of the live view. To close this window, you just close this X right here, and that'll turn that off, and you're back to the live view. There is one more feature on the live view that I really want to show you guys, and that is the audio. So if you right click on the camera, go to audio, and wave out, you can actually hear what the camera would hear. This is an outdoor camera, so that won't do us any good, but let me go to one of our indoor cameras, maybe our tech support camera, and this is where our tech support team operates out of. Not everybody is at their desk right now. There's other parts of the building that they're working out of and assisting customers and building systems. But if we right click on here and we go to audio and we go to wave out, you can actually hear what they're saying.
Got the case open, putting the motherboard in.
Yeah. So, who was it? Cherokee. I saw a ticket in here for...
And that gives you an idea of what the audio sounds like. But it's a great feature. It has saved many of our customers thousands of dollars. Just being able to verify, scenarios like at Chloe's where they have audio at the front counter is critical for... What happened there? It's critical for verifying what was said to the customer, what the customer agreed to. We do have audio at Chloe's. I do not have permission to stream it live, so we can't stream that one. But it is the best. It is the ultimate in verifying what actually happened, what was actually said, and just making sure that the customers are being treated the way that you want them to be treated. So just on a really high level, that is most of the important features for the Edge Recording Manager software. If this is not doing something that you need it to do or you expect it to do, please call into our tech support team. Again, the number is 844-883-0999, and somebody can assist you with trying to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish with the software, or if it's just not working for you, like, just give us a call. We're happy to help you. But that's really it. You just you have your cameras over here on the left. You have your different layouts here on the right. You got the favorites bar, which is great for if no matter how you want to look at the camera. So if you want to separate everything out, so you have your shipping and receiving, your customer waiting area, however you want to separate it out. It's easy to set up the different layouts, so it's easy to use. Just right click and that gets you into remote playback, and that's simple. Right click, remote playback, pick a date, pick a time, and push play, or it even starts playing for you. You can just watch and see what's happening. Here you go. And then close out the playback here. You're back to the live view, and that's it. That's it. I hope you guys hope you have a wonderful day, and if you have any other questions, feel free to give us a call. Thank you.